that way as from what we've seen. But at the same time, like I said, he does a good job keeping blinders. Here's the task at hand.
All right, Dodgers looking to make it 3 consecutive wins. Let's send it out to Houston. Joe and Oral have the call. Joe, take it away.
All right, John, here comes Shohei Ohtani ready to start this game for the Dodgers as they look for a 3rd consecutive win and look for a series win over the Houston Astros. We welcome inside with Earl Hershiser. I'm Joe Davis. The offense did enough on Sunday in St. Louis to end the losing streak. They did a lot more than enough last night, finally having that breakout game.
Yeah, you're really nice to see these guys. It's nice to see them hit the long ball. It's nice to see them hit with runners in scoring position. And it's up and down the lineup. 9 guys reached base, 7 got hits. People are scoring from everywhere. And this is what we've come to expect from this offense. 2 games in a row, it's a streak, but I think it's going to continue.
They'll try to do that tonight with the offense and with the starting pitching. Shohei Ohtani, the National League Pitcher of the Month, makes his 6th start.
Yeah, Yamamoto last night went into the game not getting much run support, got a lot. Well, Ohtani has not gotten much run support, and he's looking for a lot. His bat's not in there, but you got Dalton Rushing, who's really hitting well at the top, and you got Miguel Rojas at the bottom, who's hitting well. So hopefully they can support him tonight. The arm has been fantastic. The execution of the pitches has been there, and the velocity has been up.
For more, we go down to Kirsten Watson.
Thanks, Joe. When it comes to Shohei Ohtani, if you look at his numbers, he had a couple walks. He did score. Look at his last 5 games. He's 0 for 17. And now going into this game, the original plan was for him to be doing both, serving as the DH and, of course, as the pitcher. But last night, Dave Roberts said that due to his body language, potentially some fatigue, he decided he wanted him to focus just on the pitching today, getting a mental reset from batting. That being said, he has been excellent on the mound. He's at a 0.60 ERA, and with each outing, he's given length, getting through 6 innings of work. But he's made it clear that he wants to be able to go a little bit deeper. The hope is for him to get through 7, guys.
All right, Kirsten, as he faces off with the Astros in the middle game of this 3-game series, the Dodgers looking for a series win. We've got first pitch coming up from Houston on SportsNet LA.
Wow.
Defense arrived in Houston yesterday. Boy, they were needing a spark, and a matchup against a bruised and battered, injured Astros pitching staff was a great opportunity for them as they broke out 8 runs on 13 hits, hit 2 homers, finally ended that 6-game home run drought. 4 players with multi-hit games. You see the 4 right here. 3 hits each from Will Smith and Alex Freeland. Freddie Freeman contributing, a pair of RBI singles, and Kyle Tucker hit his 4th home run of the season in his return to Houston. They scored 8 total runs in that 3-game series in St. Louis. They scored 8 last night. No more. Now they have a chance to prove that last night wasn't just a one-time deal and that these bats are heating up.
Yeah, we need to keep this going. What was a day or 2 guys having a day. It was a lot, and there was only a couple of guys that didn't get hits. They still got on base, still came around, scored, did their thing, so that was great to see. But at the same time, these guys just need to continue carrying that over. They need to continue to trust themselves and know that they go out there and do some damage, looking for mistakes, looking for their pitches, rather than worrying about the pitcher.
And we know that coming in, this Houston staff collectively, they've really struggled. I mean, they've been crushed by injuries, but that is not our problem. You go out there, have your at-bats, have great at-bats, and we said it last night. Houston is a great place to hit. You can get healthy there, swinging the bat, doubles, triples, home runs, and again, 7 and 12. That's the goal tonight.
There you go.
7 runs, 12 hits.
I love it. It's not 10-5, 7 and 12. I like that.
Last night they got 8 and 13, and the Astros been decimated by injuries on the pitching side. You factor that in. Plus, it's a great place to hit, so hopefully it means more offense tonight for the Dodgers. Shohei Ohtani will not be a part of that offense, not DHing, but he will be the starting pitcher for the Dodgers in the middle game of the series with the Astros. First pitch with Joe and Oral on the call. Next.
Back-to-back world champion Dodger baseball on SportsNet LA is brought to you by Carl's Jr. Carl's Jr.'s new Western Bacon Chicken Sandwich with freshly hand-breaded all-white meat and just $5.99 for a limited time. And by your Southern California Lexus dealer, who invites you to test drive a Lexus today. Dodgers ended the losing streak on Sunday in St. Louis, got 4 runs in that game, but then really came to life yesterday with an 8-run output, 13 hits in that game, and an 8-3 win. Offense have been searching for it for the better part of a couple weeks. Figured it was a matter of time before they had that breakout game, and they did it against the worst pitching staff to this point in baseball here in Houston. The lineup for game 2, as Kirsten touched on, will have a different look to it. At the top of the order with Dalton Rushing, DH. Ohtani will just pitch today. Freddie Freeman bats second, then Will Smith. Kyle Tucker's in right field hitting cleanup after his home run yesterday. In left field, Teoscar Hernandez. Max Muncy at third base hitting sixth. Pages in center. Freeland coming off the best game of his young major league career, reaching base 4 times. And the shortstop is Miguel Rojas. Peter Lambert, the former San Dimas High School Saint, who Dodgers saw early on in his career when he was in Colorado. He's come here to the Astros, started the season in AAA, but like just about everybody that started the season in AAA form, gotten a chance in the big leagues with all the injuries, and he's pitched pretty well.
He really has. He got out of purgatory in Colorado, where he had the worst ERA from 2019 to 2024. Spent a year in Japan in 25, kind of honing his craft, and has thrown the ball very well for these Astros.
So Rushing will lead off for the second time in his major league career. Off we go with a fastball, and he's not waiting around. He pops it foul. And Braden Shoemake hustle over there, but to no avail. Here's what Lambert throws.
Fastball is one of the many pitches that he throws. The changeup has been outstanding. He has really handcuffed lefties. Started rushing off with the fastball. We'll see if he's going to change speeds going forward here.
Getting way more swing and miss than he ever did in Colorado, and the Astros are banking on him just being out of Coors Field being what fixes him. 0-2 on Rushing. Got to the major leagues in 2019 when he was just 22 years old and struck out 9 in his Rockies debut at Wrigley Field facing the Cubs. 6 years, though, you see the ERA over 6 and back and forth between the big leagues and AAA, and injured for a lot of the time. And then he spent last season in Japan, didn't exactly thrive. So many guys you see go to Japan, or like last night Ryan Weiss to Korea and dominate, and that's what gets him the chance. Lambert was 3-11, worse than average ERA. He strikes out Rushing. There's that changeup for the first out of the night.
The changeup has outstanding change of speeds, but it has some depth to it also.
And the Astros saw, some below average performance in Japan, but some of the underlying numbers, and again, just the idea of unlocking a guy from what Coors Field does to a pitcher.
Well, he is here because of the injuries. He'd be in AAA. Actually signed a minor league deal, was released, and then signed back about 5 days later because he couldn't find any of the job opportunities. And then in the minors here, pitching for their AAA team, doing well, and got the call up.
And through his first 3 starts has a strikeout rate that would be 3rd in the American League. His time in Colorado is well below average in strikeout rate. Working on Freddie Freeman. 1 ball, 1 strike. Freeman yesterday, 2 hits, 389 for the road trip.
Starting to lock in, starting to barrel up a lot of stuff, especially inside and low. Freddie will tell you he needs to start handling the pitch that's about waist high a lot better. But as far as the low ball, he is killing it.
1 ball and 2 strikes. In the scoreless first inning as the Dodgers look for a 3rd consecutive win. Freeman lays off. He's doing something tonight that he's never done before. Kind of the Corey Seager thing with his front foot. He's going to point it back. He said he feels like his hips have been flying open too soon, and then he has this sensation that he's pushing the ball as opposed to just really whacking it. Smacks this ball to left center field. Alvarez will turn and watch it hit off the wall. Freeman's on his way to second. He's got a double.
Well, that's what you mean by whacking it. He did it.
Yeah.
I think the front foot's going to get turned in for a while.
Well, he said he didn't want to think to himself, don't push it. So he said, what can I do to override the thinking? If I put my body in that position, I'm not going to be able to fly open. And he was feeling like he had unlocked it during batting practice. He said he never have it figured out, but this is the best that it's felt in a while. And instant validation. Smith to third. Braden Shoemake up with it. And Lambert gets Smith on one pitch, 2 out.
Sometimes you'll make adjustments in the cage and you won't take him into the game, but Freddie took it right into the game. Sometimes it's a drill, an adjustment for a feeling, and then once you get the feeling, you go back to normal stuff. But he took it right in and made it work.
Gotta love when that happens. It's like, okay, maybe I'm onto something here. Kyle Tucker, who extended his on-base streak to 11 games with his first multi-hit game since the first game of that streak. And that included a home run that had to feel good against his old team. And with all the boos raining down from the crowd, Kyle said when he came here with the Cubs last year, he didn't hear that. They had to play the video for him, gave him a nice standing ovation. But he puts on this jersey and signs that contract, and he is public enemy #1 suddenly here. He's ahead 2-0.
Jealousy is a terrible emotion.
Lambert, who's been really good against left-handed hitters, going to face 5 of them in the Dodger lineup tonight. Fires 2-0. Yeah, gets a swing and a miss. That changeup, the biggest reason why.
It's impressive so far. When it's been below the knees, it's really dropped, and that one was knee high and still had some action.
On a 2-1, Tucker takes in the dirt. First inning scoring chance for LA with the Freddie Freeman double. 3-1 to Tucker. Fouled off, and it's 3-2. Tucker, the start of the scoring yesterday with a 2-out base hit in the first inning.
That double by Freddie Freeman's first extra base hit that Lambert's given up to a lefty this year. Coming in, left-handers hitting 154 off of him. Lambert a little upset that he turned his front foot in.
You figure that out just in time to face me? Come on.
Jeez.
Here's his payoff. Tucker fouls it back.
Lambert pretty much has turned left-handed hitters into minor leaguers. The OPS coming in before Freddie hit that double. 421.
Yeah, that'll get you sent down if you're lucky.
Might get you released.
Right. Another payoff pitch. Tucker takes ball 4. And Teoscar Hernandez will have a chance here.
It's a much bigger chance than a lefty. Our right-handers are hitting 333 off of him.
Teoscar was 1 for 5 yesterday. Talking about it yesterday, like Tucker is facing off with the team that he debuted with. It was a few years before Tucker got here. Teoscar debuted with the Astros in 2016, traded in 2017. 1 inning and a World Series ring from it in that 2017 season. Gets under it. In right field, Cam Smith waits for it to come down, and the Dodgers unable to take advantage of Freddie Freeman's double. Shohei Ohtani takes the mound, trying to pitch the Dodgers to a 3rd straight win.
At the Home Depot, get more backyard for your budget. With low prices guaranteed, you'll get more ways to make it yours during Spring Backyard Days, now through May 6th at the Home Depot.
Another day, another injury for the Astros. Carlos Correa scratched with an ankle injury. Jose Altuve replaces him in the leadoff spot. Alvarez and Paredes. Walker DHs today with Cam Smith and Zach Cole. Vasquez, Allen, and Shoemake. Ohtani, the night before he pitches, always takes a quick trip to the mound just to feel it out, visualize, get a quick feel for the mound. And when he did so last night, said that he noticed a little slope off of each edge of the rubber, and he has that big step in his windup, and he didn't really like how it felt. So the Dodgers were planning on talking to the umpires. The idea was that it would go up the ladder to Major League Baseball, but there's only so much you can do in that 24-hour span. Ball went on Jose Altuve, and he was checking it out moments ago. I can report that no significant changes have been made. There's been no serious work to it since they talked to the umpires this afternoon. Ball and a strike on Altuve. The rulebook mound says that it has to be level for 22 inches behind the rubber, a foot and a half towards first and a foot and a half towards third. And Major League Baseball measures before opening day in every ballpark and then measures again before the postseason. Rare is a request to measure again in the middle of the season. So they did everything they could. And I know you guys talk about the tools of your trade, the ball and the mound. It can be the most subtle difference, and it can feel like a mile. Strikes at Altuve. The mound, so far so good.
Well, what that affects is the fact that if there is a more severe angle and slope, it can change your body posture as you rock back. So all of a sudden your head could end up in a different position. Your spine angle could be different. And then when you get over the rubber to actually gather your power with your kick leg, it can take you out of balance, or what the balance that you're used to. So I understand why he tests it before he goes out there the night before.
Alvarez chops the first one he sees to Rojas. Takes his time, 2 out. If Ohtani and the Dodgers get 7 strikeouts in this game, everybody gets a free jumbo jack.
Nothing better than getting a couple of quick outs. First guy striking out when all of a sudden you maybe had a little anxiety about the mound. Probably start to feel like he can lock in.
He's never pitched well in this park, so you wonder if it's something that he's noticed before. Isaac Paredes with 2 away, takes right down the pipe. 7 starts here is 2-3 with a 4.63 ERA. He's faced the Astros more than any other team. This is his 15th start against Houston, and he's just 3-6. The 0-1 to Paredes. Fouled off, and it's 0-2.
24 hours is plenty of time to change the shape of the mound. What's the problem is the 24 hours long enough to motivate the Astros and the ground crew to do it?
And as I understand it, the request was made today.
Yeah.
Noticed it last night, request made today. And you can see in his windup why, if there was a slope, it would be significant for him compared to other pitchers, because he really does step far back compared to most guys. Watch this first step here.
Very old school, and I love the way he does it because he gets the ability to have linear motion. We have seen so many guys now have their feet in front of the rubber and just kind of pick their leg up, and they don't get the natural linear motion of going towards home plate to throw the ball. It's one more engine to use. It is a moving part that can go haywire, but it also is a moving part that can make it more efficient and make it easier to throw the ball correctly.
Like a house by the side of the road, Paredes watches strike 3. A 10-pitch first with bookend Ks for Ohtani.
Jerseys and caps commemorating their World Series win. Head to MLBshop.com to score the same ones. Plus, check out the largest selection of authentic gear from all MLB clubs.
Max Muncy starts the second for the Dodgers in a 0-0 game. Peter Lambert stranded 2 in the first. 6, 7, and 8 coming up in the second. His first one to Muncy is in the dirt. Muncy hitless yesterday, but walked twice, and even with the 0-for-3 game yesterday, is hitting .370 over his last 16. On this 1-0 from Lambert, reaches out and flips it in the air to center field for Zach Cole. Had the adventure in left field yesterday and gets promoted to center today.
Lambert using the whole kitchen sink to get that fly ball and all the outs in the first. 6 different pitch types already. The changeup got him the strikeout. Fastball and the sinker got him the other 2 outs.
Trying to solve the Dodgers for the first time. He had a whale of a time against LA when he was pitching for the Rockies. Here's Pages. 24 innings against the Dodgers in his career. He's given up 27 runs, 10 homers in those 24 innings, and the ERA that it spits out is the second worst in the last 106 years against LA. Glendon Rush pitched for several teams late 90s, early 2000s. The only guy with a higher ERA against the Dodgers than Lambert. Pages down to third. Shoemake running throw is wide. An infield hit for Pages. And so Andy's hitting streak extended to 7 games. Now he'll set his sights on a multi-hit game during the 6-game hitting streak. 1 hit in each of the 6.
Wide positioning at third base got him that base hit.
Man aboard for Alex Freeland. Dave Roberts is saying before the game, man, I felt so good for Alex to have that game yesterday. 3 hits, reached base 4 times for the first time in his career. Pages dancing around at first, not running. On ball 1, and he hit his first home run since his first at-bat of the year.
Good to see. I teased him about opposite field power. He goes, don't worry about it. It's the ballpark. And then in BP, his first 2 swings, he hit it off the wall and left.
It was a home run in 7 of the 30 ballparks.
So he's got opposite field power.
Yeah.
That's enough.
Pages the last few days has been particularly froggy over there at first. Five steals and 6 tries, tied for the team lead. Dancing again, dancing, running, got a good jump. No throw from Vasquez. The jump was that good.
It was almost like an early secondary lead. But the pitcher still got the ball, and he's out there by the cut of the grass. Vasquez knew he had a good jump and didn't get a real good grip on the ball behind home plate with the quick transfer.
Grounded to second for Altuve. Well, Pages stole 14 bases last year, but he was caught 7 times. He was picked off a few times. Base running was not a strength of his, but so far this year, 6 out of 7. And Rojas with 2 out, trying to break the scoring seal.
Gets a start against a right-hander.
Average right at 300 for Rojas. It's knocked in 5. Waves through that high fastball. Dodgers have gotten good performances from all 3 guys that have kind of been that triangle in the middle infield. Kim, Rojas, and Freeland since Betts has gone down. Off the end of the bat, a butterfly foul.
We saw a few of those in the game 1 of this series. After the Dodgers flared one in like that with Kyle Tucker yesterday, they started to earn a lot more of the rest of their 8 runs.
Already in this game, they've had their chances, trying to crack through.
0 for 3 with runners in scoring position so far. See if Miggy can get the job done.
Pages at third, 2 out. Lambert to Rojas with the 0-2 pitch. Good stop by Vasquez.
The 2 departments where the Dodgers were failing as far as when the offense was flat was runners in scoring position and the long ball. That has started to come around.
The 2 home runs they hit yesterday snapped a 6-game drought, the longest they'd had in more than a decade. And they'd only hit 3 in the 12 games leading up to last night. talk to the guys, talk to the hitting coaches, they have a hard time answering, why you're not hitting home runs. They point to it's the things leading up to that. Because when you're hitting home runs, it's not because you're trying to. It's because you're doing the things right, and then the home runs ensue. Swing decisions, big part of that. Another 1-2 coming from Lambert. Rojas lays off.
They were in between as a group. They were taking a lot of fastballs they should have been swinging at, and they were chasing a lot of breaking balls out of the zone that they should have been disciplining. As they flipped the equation mentally, it kind of locked them up.
Two. Rojas lines the ball to center field. Cole comes on and makes the catch. He hit it too solidly. Dodgers Strampon is at third. Had a couple of strikeouts, needed just 10 pitches, and 8 of those 10 pitches four-seam fastballs coming right after him. Christian Walker to start the second for the Astros in a 0-0 game. High fly ball is pummeled out of here. Up onto the railroad tracks. I think it should get 2 or 3 for that swing. 9th of the year for the longtime Dodger killer Christian Walker. 1-0 Houston.
As a pitcher, if they're going to be home runs, this is not a bad way to give them up. You hate the paint scrapers that just barely make it over the wall. This is when you actually have to admire, and especially Shohei, the way he can hit a baseball. He knows what that took.
Curve a little low on Cam Smith. That's probably not a ball that Christian Walker hits last year. His biggest issue was high heat. And so his biggest focus all winter was on being better against that. That's way up there on the diamond. Smith didn't know where it went. Now he sees that Rojas is under it, and so he jogs down to first, but Rojas makes the catch. He really worked on getting his hands up, having a flatter swing to be able to get to that high pitch. And what a turnaround it's been. He's cut his strikeout more than any hitter in baseball. He's raised his OPS more than any hitter in baseball. 35 years old, his 12th year. And anytime we talk about a guy at that age with that many years, there's been some kind of significant evolution that's happened.
You really have to think about being strong as you go to launch the bat instead of letting gravity take over and let the head of the bat dropping.
Zach Cole here, 0-2.
It is a pretty major adjustment for a hitter to be able to do that.
First homer that Ohtani's given up this year, just the 3rd earned run that he's allowed in 31 innings. Strikes out Cole on that same high fastball.
Shohei getting to Jack math early with this high cheese for number 3.
4 away from those free jumbo jacks with the purchase of a large drink tomorrow. He had 9 Ks against Miami last week. That gives him now 29 his last 3 starts in 2 innings. Strike one on Christian Vasquez, putting it right through that slot. Top of the strike zone. Close enough to the zone to draw the swing, high enough to be hard to hit.
And it's juicy to a hitter's eyes because they see the whole ball. The higher the ball is, of course, it's closer to your eyes. And of course, you're seeing more of the baseball. And when it's down.
Sends a sweeper out of that same window to get ahead 1-2. Threw another and got a miss by about a foot. Ohtani's got 4 strikeouts over the first 2 innings, but a home run from Christian Walker and some playfulness from Shohei. Back-to-back world champion Dodger baseball on SportsNet LA is brought to you by your local Kia dealers. Visit kia.com to discover movement that inspires. Dodgers playing from behind tonight, 1-0, top 3 after the Walker home run. Dodgers get their second look at Peter Lambert. It's a bouncer off of the bat of Dalton Rushing, and 1 pitch, 1 out here for Lambert, who grew up a big Dodger fan. Both his parents, grandparents, Dodger fans. His parents are from Pasadena. They were in the stands game 1 of the World Series in 1988. And then peak fandom for Peter was the 2008 team. Manny Wood, that was Kershaw's rookie year. His favorite guy became Zach Greinke a few years after that. Comes home to Freddie Freeman, who doubled off of the wall when he saw him the first time.
I want to know if his parents stayed to the 9th inning to see the home run, or their car was the brake lights over the right field wall.
Nobody actually admits that they were the brake lights. How could you? Speaking of game 1 of '88, Freddie Freeman.
Exactly.
Tied it all together. 36 years later.
You had a very iconic line that will be remembered forever.
Just happened to be the guy sitting there when a crazy thing happened. 2 out.
I'm not going to repeat it because I might get the names in reverse. Tell it to me.
No, I'm putting you on the spot. Here's Will Smith.
Gibby meet Freddie.
Got it.
Thank God.
Yeah. Wouldn't have been a great look.
Oh, that was a fantastic moment. I mean, for Freddie, for the Dodgers, for Dodger fans, and for you, amazing call.
Thanks, buddy. Smith grounded out first pitch that he saw in the first inning. To me, still the most amazing thing about that moment was how identical the ball flight was to Kirk Gibson's home run. And also, I know, like, the time was exactly the same time of night.
And the injuries to both guys. I mean, Freddie was playing, Gibby just the one at bat. But yeah, both hurt, coming through. Gibby, one of the best teammates you'll ever have, and Freddie, one of the best teammates you'll ever have.
Personality-wise, quite a bit different, right?
Oh.
Kirk really intense.
Yep, very, very intense. He didn't do a lot of smiling. If he was a first baseman like Freddie, he wouldn't be visiting with the opponent. Completely different. But as far as communication skills and being there for each other and for the team, yeah.
Smith pokes one to right center field. Cam Smith snags it. Great break on the ball for a guy that's only been playing the outfield for a year. Cam Smith scraping this ball off of the deck here on our All-State Good Hands replay. Third baseman his whole career until last spring training. He was hitting so well, they said, we got to find a way to get you on the field. Can you play the outfield? So just about a year he's been out there. Nick Allen leads off for the Astros and takes upstairs from Ohtani. Coming into this series already, Jeremy Pena, the starting shortstop. Jake Myers, the starting center fielder, were on the injured list. Yesterday, Yainer Diaz, the starting catcher, goes on the IL. And today, it's Carlos Correa that is scratched from the lineup with an ankle injury. We'll see if it's an IL situation, but scratched out of the lineup. Nick Allen gets plugged in at shortstop. Braden Shoemake at third base. Drastically different than they had in mind. Pena and Correa, a lot different than Allen and Shoemake. Joe Espada is just hoping his team can stay alive in the American League West. 14-22. But in a division that's up for grabs, and Astros, you'd figure at some point, can only get healthier. Although I would have said that last night too, and then Correa got hurt. Allen's worked the count full. And what is his first game back in the majors since injuring his back in mid-April. It's in his first season with the Astros, parts of a few years with the A's, then last year in Atlanta. And he came over here in a trade from Mauricio Dubon in the winter. 27-year-old from San Diego. Fouls it off the hands.
Shohei has got some swings and misses so far in this game. A few on the fastball and a few on the sweeper.
Punch to second. Routine for Freeland. One away in the third. Then a word from Carl's Jr.
What the cluck? The new Western Bacon Chicken Sandwich. Only at Carl's Jr.
Oh, big conversation today is that Ohtani is not hitting, especially after Dave Roberts had said before yesterday's game that he would hit today, but reverse course. Shohei's 0 for his last 17, and so for the third time in his last 4 starts, doesn't hit. And not just the recency of the 0 for 17, but in his time with the Dodgers on days where he pitches, he's a .203 hitter, 1 for 10 this year. Cracked to deep left field. Back to the corner. Gone. The 9-hitter. Late addition to the lineup. Braden Shoemake sneaks it inside the foul pole to make it 2-0.
Freeland did it last night for the Dodgers near the bottom of the order, and this one is the same type of hit. It is backspin, not sliced. It is to the opposite field, and it is to the shortest part of the ballpark. Sneaks its way over the fence in about the 3rd row.
So Shoemake, who just joined the Astros, is 3 for 11 with 2 home runs, one of them against that guy. Altuve. So Ohtani had not given up a home run coming in, 2 of them in the first 3 innings today.
The catcher's challenge to call a ball.
Definitely lands in the strike zone. Did it go around before a rush? Will Smith caught it.
Powered by T-Mobile. Caught it.
Nice job, Will.
The call is overturned. Los Angeles has 2 challenges remaining.
Slapped to second. Freeland. You know, that's a pitch where the ABS strike zone will turn some balls into strikes. Where it used to be measured at the front of the plate, now it's measured halfway back of the plate where the peak starts, so you get that extra 4 inches for it to get home.
And you also get an extra 4 inches for it to drop out of the strike zone on the low pitch too, but you're right, depending on the pitch shape.
But yeah, that side to side movement. Front door, back door. Ball on Alvarez. Grounded short, first pitch that he saw first time, and he always breathed a sigh of relief when you can get him easily.
But I think the ABS system has really been, integrated without any controversy. I think the fans have liked it. I think the players don't mind it at all. It adds an element of mystery and suspense in the middle of the game on a pitch call where we make sure we get it right, but there's still strategy to whether you do it or not.
Pop up into left. Teoscar Hernandez has room, and that'll do it for the Astros in the 3rd. 2nd straight inning, though. They get a home run against Ohtani.
Be one of the first 40,000 fans on May 11th and receive a 2025 World Champion Trophy replica presented by Budweiser. Visit Dodgers.com/promotion for more information.
Pair of solo shots, one from the sheriff. That just came to me with his mustache. Braden Shoemaker, nobody's ever called him the sheriff. 2-0. Astros in front.
I am not getting this booing.
Kyle Tucker leads off, as the crowd tells you. And it takes low from Lambert.
They're booing him like there were quotes in the paper about, from him that said something bad about Houston. He didn't say a thing.
He says that he doesn't hear the boos. Is that possible?
No.
I don't think so.
What he's saying is that they don't affect him. My personal preference was the louder the better. You could actually be alone and concentrate compared to individual voices trying to get you.
Take strike 3 here. Second one for Lambert, one away in the 4th. And they don't boo you if you stink on the road.
Yeah. I think it was Reggie Jackson that says they don't boo nobodies.
Well, the Dodgers are trying to get Shohei Ohtani some support. We were talking about that a little bit during the pregame show. They haven't scored a run in their last 15 offensive innings with him on the mound. Starting to get the Yamamoto treatment. Hernandez 1 for 6 in this series. Down 0-2. Lambert turns and throws. Lays off the high fastball.
Lambert's getting a lot of outs. He's not getting a lot of swings and misses. Pitching like Justin Robleski. Putting the zeros up with some weak contact.
Pinpoint strike 3. Back-to-back Ks looking here in the 4th. Muncy with 2 outs and the base is empty. A change flutters away. Max fly to center field his first time. Dodgers had 2 on in the first inning, but just 1 base runner in the 3 innings since. Muncy ahead though, 2 balls and no strikes. Three 3-0.
He will definitely have the green light.
Takes it. Skies it. And it hits the rafters in foul ground for the 3rd time in 2 days here. And that's immediately a foul ball. If it hits the rafters over fair territory, get ready for chaos because you play it where it lands. So Yordan Alvarez earlier this year lost a home run. He hit it so high it was going to be long gone, but it ricocheted off of one of the beams out in deep right field and fell in foul territory. The 3-1 pitch. Ball 4. Muncy's got the walk. Now, word from Jack in the Box.
Get my new Smash Jack Sliders Munchie Meal for a chance to win $75,000. Welcome to Jack in the Box.
All the guys were talking about those balls that went up there last night, and Will Smith said that he doesn't remember ever seeing it here. And then in the World Baseball Classic here for pool play, said he saw it 4 or 5 times. And talking with the Astros broadcasters, they said for whatever reason, It's happened way more this year than they can remember. Maybe the place is shrinking.
Maybe the hitters are getting stronger. Yeah. Maybe the pitchers are getting weaker.
Maybe the balls are flying farther.
Conspiracy theory.
I know what my partner likes.
I think the balls are definitely harder. You never know.
It's kind of your life motto, isn't it?
Always asking why and thinking something is going on.
Socrates Hershiser. A life of inquiry. 1 ball, 1 strike on Andy Pages. Singled his first time to extend his hitting streak to 7 games. Single hit in each of those 7 games. Bouncing ball towards the middle and through, and there's his first multi-hit game of this streak. Dodgers have him cornered with 2 out.
Dodgers are setting the table. They just need to push him around. This one is a seeing eye base hit. Sees its way right through the infield. Easy first to third for Max Muncy when he's going on contact.
So Freeland, who's got to have a good feeling still from last night, comes up with a chance to get the Dodgers on the board here. Takes the ball.
Coming off a big night, this situation, just trust yourself. Don't try and do too much.
Pages tying run at first. Freeland takes outside. Back-to-back changeups, back-to-back balls. Rojas on deck. Pages stole a base his first time easily. Inch into a better lead here. Not going. Fouled off. 2-1. 3 straight changeups.
You definitely are going to go to the pitch that has been the most successful for you. You're battling to keep a big league job. You're in the big leagues because of injuries. You've got an opportunity to prove that that 3.5 ERA that you've brought in to this outing is legit. He's only going to show the fastball. He's going to try and get him out with the changeup.
On a 2-1. Freeland watches ball 3. Back-to-back strikeouts to start the inning, then a walk from Muncy. Single from Pages. Tying run aboard. Go ahead run at the plate. We're in a 2-0 game, top 4. 3-1. Ball 4 to load the bases. Table set to the bottom of the order. And now the 9-hitter Rojas comes up trying to clean it.
.62 pitches, 2 outs in the 4th, bases loaded. Just going to give your pitcher a little bit of a breather. Remind him what's working, how to get this particular hitter out.
Rojas had an extra good batting practice today. It was just lashing line drives all over the place, and then his first time up, scorched it, but right at the center fielder, Zach Cole. See if he can find a hole here and find the scoreboards for LA.
Well, the inning started out with back-to-back looking strikeouts, and then all of a sudden you get a walk, a seeing eye ground ball, and a walk. This is pretty even as far as execution. They've set the table. The Dodgers really haven't hit their way into this situation. It's a big moment right here.
Astros have 2 runs on 2 solo home runs against Ohtani. Dodgers little paper cuts here. 0-1 pitch. Rojas came up in the second inning with a man at third and 2 out and hit that line drive to center field. Another run scoring opportunity. On the 1-1, grounds it foul, strike 2.
Lambert has had success tonight with his fastball with 2 strikes against the Dodgers. He's also had good success with the changeup. Dodgers feasted on his fastball when he was a Rocky. Almost hit 400 off of it.
Bases loaded, 2 out. 1-2 to Rojas. Ground ball to short for Nick Allen. Goes to second and ends the inning. To the bottom of the 4th. Dodgers leave him loaded.
Join us on May 9th for Blake Snell's Starter Series Bobblehead Night, presented by Daiso. Be one of the first 40,000 fans to get your exclusive bobblehead. Visit Dodgers.com/promotions.
A pair of solo home runs, the difference in this game, 2-0. Astros ahead as we go to the bottom of the 4th. 2, 3, and 4 coming up, or 3, 4, and 5 coming up, and Isaac Paredes takes a looping curve for a strike. He'd be so geared up for the 99-mile-per-hour fastball that has to feel like it's in slow motion. 0-2. Foul ball.
Tried to sneak the fastball by him right there. That's what the Astros have hit tonight. The 2 solo home runs are both on fastballs.
Coming into the game, the only fastball in the majors more valuable than his. Justin Robleski's. By StatCast pitch values.
Well, he had only given up 1 home run on fastball as a Dodger in 19 other starts. 2 tonight. So it's definitely an anomaly. Could be a conspiracy.
Don't start that. Down to third. Muncy's got it off a hop. 1 gone in the 4th. Christian Walker mentioned Dodger killer. Performance Spotlight sponsored by your Southern California Nissan dealers. 12th home run in his last 13 games against him.
Both the pitcher and the hitter supplied the power.
9th of the year for Walker. This heel turn season for Walker after he struggled so much in his first year here. Ohtani's first pitch pops out of his hand, misses ball 1. And he's laughing because he knows Walker knows they didn't intend that. Curveball. Walker signed a big contract. $60 million over 3 years, and then injured his oblique in his first spring training with the team and got off to a bad start. Hit .238, wound up with 27 home runs at the end of it, but that was the saving grace to the whole thing. That just didn't have a very good taste for him or the team coming out of that first year. And then he listened to trade rumors for a lot of the offseason. Second season with the team, he's back to doing what he did at his best in Arizona. It's in Arizona where he finally got the chance in his late 20s after bouncing around several different organizations, and then even in Arizona stuck behind Paul Goldschmidt at first when he was the best player in AAA and just could not get a call up. Goldschmidt gets traded though to St. Louis. Open the door for Walker. 2-2 from Ohtani. In for strike 3, and so they've each got a win against each other. 2 gone in the 4th.
Swept him away with a sweeper. If it could be a fastball up and in, you're definitely going to try and get out of the way and shut your swing down, but it bent over the plate.
Number 5 for Ohtani. 2 up, 2 down in the 4th. Cam Smith, a little low. Smith popped out his first time. He's 1 for 5 in this series. I was impressed though his at bat in the 9th inning last night with the game sealed, fought off a bunch of tough pitches and then singled. you choose to handle an at-bat like that the other way enough times, that makes a significant difference in your end-of-year numbers.
Oh, for sure.
You have a significant chunk of your at-bats coming in when it seems like the game is decided.
Yeah, 20 extra hits where you grind it out and figure out a way over a course of a year to get 20 more. It's a lot of money and higher batting average on base percentage.
Off the hands, right side of the diamond for Freeman. 1, 2, 3, 4 for Ohtani. Back-to-back world champion Dodger baseball on SportsNet LA is brought to you by your Toyota dealers. We make it easy. And by Jack in the Box. Jack's new Smash Jack Sliders Munchie Meal with a chance to win the $75,000 prize for Jack's 75th anniversary. Dodgers down a pair, top of the 5th, top of the order. Rushing 0 for 2 tonight. Dave Roberts saying, instead of shaking up the whole lineup, just plug Rushing in there, and no obvious choice anyways outside of Ohtani. Plus get Dalton the extra at bats while he's feeling good, swinging it well. Little Kyle Schwarber-like stature from a leadoff hitter. Got it off the end a little bit, and Zach Cole will make the catch for the first out.
In Dave Roberts' scrum, there's lots of questions about Shohei and when to rest him. Is it the no batting on the night you pitch? Is it the day before? Is it the day after? And Dave has pretty much said it's all kind of in flux, and they're reading the room, reading Shohei's body, getting feedback from him and the training department, the coaching staff.
Freddie Freeman, 1 for 2 with a double, takes a ball. Andrew Friedman was saying the same thing the other day, that really they're kind of feeling it as they go, just without a true blueprint for this. And yeah, he had the 3 seasons in Anaheim when he was doing both, but start to finish, and with what is all but a completely outwardly stated pursuit of the Cy Young, this feels different this time. Freeman cracks one in the air to deep right center field. Cole runs to the gap. He's got room.
Well, it's definitely without question the day after you pitch is when your body should feel the worst and take the most stress. So is that the day that you would think about giving them off? Because I would think when you're pitching, you're already loose and kind of into the game. Maybe it's where he hits in the order, but you could move him down in the order to maybe take away one at bat. But if his bat is so good, you don't want to take that at bat away. It's really more about juggling the rest factor and the work factor.
And that just guarantees 1 inning that you don't lead off. Still, chances are going to have it if you hit second at some point.
Yeah.
1-1 on Smith. 3 hits yesterday, 0 for 2 today. Shoots it to right center. Cam Smith running back. He makes a leaping catch. Cam Smith has made a couple nice plays in this ball game to take hits away from Smith, making no friends with the Dodger catcher. Two runs on 2 hits, both those hits home runs. To the bottom of the 5th we go, and still no run support for Ohtani, getting just about 2.5 runs of support per start. And nothing so far tonight. This is Zach Cole offering with a bunt, strike 1. Dodgers had 7 runs the first 3 innings yesterday. They've only scored 1 in the 11 innings since that early outbreak. Six, 7, and 8 here. Nasty splitter right there.
He's only had 9 pitches that have not been the fastball or the sweeper. It's been pretty much a 2-pitch pitcher, but here he breaks out the curveball and then the splitter. And another splitter. I've been waiting to point this out, but he does something very special, which is kind of a magic move with that linear motion towards home plate. The way he kicks his leg and has his back leg still moving towards home. And that creates pressure in your abdomen area where you can really leverage the ball. So the back leg is moving forward and the front leg is moving backwards, and that gives him leverage to have a better X factor with his hips and his shoulders.
Tell me exactly when.
Right now, the upper, like the top 10% of the leg kick.
Freeman for the first out.
So it's like the scissor effect. The back leg is coming backwards and the front leg is moving forward, and it creates the torque in the middle of your body. And because that gyroscope kind of feeling of spinning is moving down a straight line, it gives him a lot of momentum and power when his front leg then hits.
Why don't more guys do that?
Well, they've eliminated it through youth baseball and college baseball because they want guys with great arms just to throw strikes. So they've eliminated all these different parts of the delivery, which actually will keep the arm healthier, and create more leverage and efficiency if you do it right. But
I mean, isn't the whole goal these days everybody's trying to throw as hard as they can? Why would you not be?
This would make you throw harder with more efficiency, but it would probably hurt your control as you're growing up and getting stronger.
Driven to deep center field by Vasquez. Room for Pages. 2 out.
You know, if you're in youth baseball and you have a great arm, they just want you to throw strikes because you just overpower everybody. And then you get to high school, same thing. The guy throws 95. Let's take away his low body. Let's make his legs into sticks and just throw that thing because you get everybody out. Now you get to college, and the better places in college will start to put the lever systems together and better. You go to Vanderbilt, you go to USC, you go to UCLA, you go to the big time schools, LSU, you've got some better pitching coaches that now go, okay, we got to get some rhythm, got to get some movement here. He does it, you know, you think of Yamamoto, and he does it in a way of very precise places to put his body to create the lever system. Shohei does it with athleticism and rhythm, and that's why the delivery looks a little bit more old school with all the moving parts, because new school is eliminate parts that keep you out of the strike zone.
Seems like it'd be a way to add velocity, throw harder without stressing your arm more.
It is.
Yeah,
definitely.
That's kind of what I'm getting to here, because
I mean, you watch guys long toss and then you watch them do a pitching delivery. It's like completely different, right? So the key is understanding your body posture, understanding your balance, and creating that rhythm between those two legs, creating that torque in the middle of your body that you can really unwind when you land.
Flipped into shallow center field, trouble, and down for Nick Allen.
Now you could say Ohtani's already had 2 Tommy John surgeries. That has nothing to do with the delivery. That has to do with you're only as strong as your weakest part. And pretty much pitchers have all proven that ligament in your elbow is the weakest part. That and the front of shoulders, the 2 places that take the most stress. The elbow, when it bends back, that ligament takes the most stress. And the shoulder, when it bends back, the humeral head of the shoulder pushes into the front of the shoulder and starts to wear that out.
Here's one of the home run hitters, Shoemake, the 9-hitter. Grounds one through, and back-to-back 2-out base hits from the bottom of the Astros lineup. Three of the 4 hits today have come from 8 and 9 for Houston.
Yeah, this is a big part of the game. They're already up 2-0. You get 2 out here, and you're looking to get in the dugout and let this offense get on a roll. So it'd be very disappointing to give up a run in this inning.
Altuve, who starts his swing as soon as he steps out of the on-deck circle. 0 for 2 today, 1 for 6 in this series. Will Smith saves the day.
Yeah, it was great, because you really do want to throw a pitch that looks like a strike, ends up a ball to Altuve, and this is just a ball out of hand, and Will and the webbing of his glove make the save.
Fastball's in there.
Altuve mad at himself for blinking through that fastball. He was guessing a breaking ball. Gave himself a pep talk after taking that one.
First and third, 2 out, 1-1. It was a breaking ball, and it's foul. Going right back to it.
Well, this is definitely, you don't want to throw him a strike. He wants to drive the run in. He wants to swing the bat. He can hit anything from his nose to his toes, make it look like a strike, end up a ball. Yeah, I'd try and walk him off the plate again. We're going high fastball.
And he missed with it.
Missed.
101, but missed.
I know what the data says, and I know how the Dodgers are positioning their infield, but if you go sweeper away, there's a big hole on the right side in this first and third situation. And just a little cue shot dribbler over there can turn out to be a base hit.
So would you change the positioning? Would you change the pitch?
In my day, I would change it, but the data says where you're supposed to play.
1-2. Fouled again. Well, he is digging extra deep. 101 with these last 2 pitches.
Shohei knows the situation. He knows that he hasn't gotten much run support. He knows he's down 2-0, and he knows that, 8 and 9 got base hits off me. I can't let this happen.
Another save by Will Smith. And wow, Altuve went around on that. Ohtani saying, what? All right. Man, gift wrapped. Stays 2-0. Back-to-back world champion Dodger baseball on SportsNet LA is brought to you by Shakey's Pizza Parlor, serving up handcrafted pizza, crispy fried chicken, and famous Mojo potatoes since 1954. Back inside Daikin Park, Dodgers down 2-0 to the 6th. Strike one on Kyle Tucker. 2 hits yesterday, a walk and a strikeout today. Peter Lambert, another good start. By far the best start he's ever made against the Dodgers. This looks like a different guy than the young pitcher the Dodgers saw through those years in Colorado. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Coming into the game, the Dodgers were hitting .298 on 4-seam fastballs, which is second in the major leagues. Well, tonight they are 0 for 8 with 2 Ks. His fastball is working.
The latest evidence that you can do it differently. Fastballs don't all have to be triple digits. He's at 94, 95, putting it where he wants it. And that changeup playing off it. Kyle Tucker starting the 6th. Leaning out, flying one to right field. Not deep. Smith is there for the first out of the 6th. Dodgers now 0 for 12 against his fastball changeup combo.
Yeah, that was the changeup. Took a little sting out of the swing. Got the bat on plane, but there was no power to it.
One out for Hernandez. Butterfly changeup right there. We talked about the back and forth nature of Lambert's time in Colorado. That was between the big leagues and AAA, but also between healthy and completely out of the picture. He had Tommy John surgery. That's going to put you off of the grid for a bit. But for him, it was about 3 years where he was out of sight, out of mind. Pitched in 2 major league games over a 3-year span. You got to start to wonder if you're ever going to get another chance when you go through a stretch like that. And then not even the Rockies want you anymore. Kept going in Japan last year. They got this minor league deal with the Astros. That has become a major league opportunity with their injuries.
Well, he's on a lot of teams' radar now with pitching like this at this level. Whether the job continues with the Astros, there'll be somebody out there asking about him.
Here's 2-2 to Tasker Hernandez. Bounce foul. The Astros still have hopes of contending this year. Hunter Brown, their ace. Josh Hader, closer. And just about everybody else in between. Waiting on them to come back. Good thing for Joe Espada and company is that none of those are season-ending injuries. So they're set to get all these guys back at some point. Couldn't lay off. 4th K for Lambert. 2 gone in the 6th.
Between the changeup, a couple breaking balls, and then the high cheese that gets the flinch swing out of tail. Another successful at bat for the 4-seam fastball.
Lambert's got his ERA down to 2.57. He's retired 6 straight. And misses high with his first one to Muncy, who he walked last time.
The residue of an outing like this is saving all the pitchers' careers in Colorado.
Yeah.
They're all going to get another chance.
Right. More immediately, he's saving his bullpen, which needs it badly. 2-0 on Muncy. Team leader with 9 home runs this year. Here's a home run against Lambert. Again, coming into this game, had given up 10 of them in 24 innings against LA in his career. Let's go over 2-1. Muncy gets under it, sends it way up there into right center field. When it comes down, Peter Lambert's through 6 scoreless innings.
Here's May 13th for World Champion Gold Jersey Night. The first 40,000 fans will score an exclusive gold jersey. For more information, visit Dodgers.com/promotions.
No runs on 3 hits for the Dodgers. 2 runs on 4 hits. 2 runs really on 2 hits. 2 solo shots for the Astros. Ohtani very efficient. Into the 6th inning at just 68 pitches. His first one to Yordan Alvarez. Misses outside. The Astros have this lead with nothing from the top of the order. Altuve, Alvarez, and Paredes combined. 0 for 7. Home runs coming from Christian Walker in the cleanup spot and Braden Shoemake, the 9-hitter. Ohtani's gone 6 full innings in all 5 starts so far this year. There's 2-0 to Yordan. Got the call. And no challenge. 2-1.
A backdoor sweeper that didn't make it back, but got a strike out of it.
And a fastball's by him. 2-2. This is one of those matchups to savor. Strike 3 called. Fastball to the outside corner. Back from 2-0 to strike him out.
Very edgy. They're coming up and in. Ends up blowing away, but he got him. Nice catch by Will Smith.
7th K. Go get your free Jumbo Jack tomorrow. You could actually still get it today because they struck out 15 last night, but on Ohtani's tab, it's tomorrow. 1-0 on Paredes, 0 for 2. Popped out of his hand, hit him.
It's another breaking ball. It happened against Christian Walker. He hit that after his home run, and that one ended up over his head. This one slips out.
You think Walker is sitting first pitch breaking ball?
He could be. I don't want to throw him a strike here. Or a hanger. Felt like it was up. He didn't want to challenge it.
And it was up. Destroyed a high fastball. First pitch that he saw today. Here it was, up onto the tracks. That's got to make you feel invincible to hit a ball like that against Ohtani.
It's a crazy good swing.
On this 1-1, he flies it to center field for Pages. Routine, 2 away. So just the 80th pitch coming right here. Kirsten was telling us before the game, Ohtani has spoken about wanting to, the 6 full inning streak is great, but wanting to get into the 7th here soon. And if you can get a quick second out here, no question about his ability to do that. Start Smith with a strike.
Yeah, getting over 100 pitches is not beyond his workload now.
They did it for the first time against Miami last week. Down to third and Muncy. That's the inning. 6 in the books for Ohtani and plenty left in the tank. Happy Dodger birthday, Johnny Doc Rutherford. Born on this date in 1925 in Canada, Ontario. Got to the major leagues for 1 season. Helped the Dodgers win a pennant in 1952. Pitched in the World Series that year against the Yankees. Called him Doc because his dad was a doctor, but then he earned the nickname. He retired from baseball, went and got his own medical degree, started his own practice in the Detroit suburbs. Lived to be 91 years old. Johnny Rutherford. Andy Pages has 2 of the Dodgers' 3 hits in this ball game. He leads off the 7th against Peter Lambert. And a 2-0 game on a pair of solo shots for the Astros. Christian Walker, Braden Shoemake, both going deep against Ohtani. Dodgers looking for their first run since the 5th inning last night. All the offense coming early in game 1. Soft bouncer along third. That's a fair ball. Running throw from Shoemake is in time. He's hit a home run, and now he's made a nice defensive play.
And he got an infield hit down there at third base when they were playing well off the line. This are a little closer, and this one is fair, and he makes a very nice play. Strength of the arm there, but the accuracy of the throw is what got it done.
Peter Lambert finds himself pitching in the 7th inning of a major league game for the first time in 3 years against the team that he never could seem to solve in his previous major league life. Brian King warming in the Astros pen. Alex Freeland takes downstairs. Now down to walk for Freeland. On base 5 times in these 2 games. On a 2-0 pitch. Fouls back that fastball. Ball 3.
Dodgers just need a spark here. 3-1 count, only 1 out. Get something going here at the bottom of the order.
Full count. Continues to come after him with that fastball that seems ordinary, but they're 0 for 10 against it. Dodgers haven't had a game like that where they've had that many at-bats end against fastballs without a hit since August of last year. Payoff. Ball 4. Tying run coming up. And a guy who, the moment of his life as the tying run. 0 for 2 today. And that average for the first time all year dipping down below 300. Pitch clock violation on Rojas, so he starts in an 0-1 hole.
Was not attentive to the pitcher.
So it's 1-1.
Evens the count after 1 pitch.
Right.
This feels like Lambert can seal his outing as a really good one, or this at bat could be the turning point for the Dodgers.
They've leaned on him tonight. They have only 3 hits, but they've walked 4 times. 1-2. Rushing's on deck.
Another fastball right there that found success with that foul ball. Miggy was trying to shoot that to right field and just fouled it off. There was a big hole on the right side.
On the hands. That will find the seats.
The way Houston is positioning their infield defense right here, and Lambert's looking out at him. You got to believe you're trying to find a pitch that makes Miggy pull the ball to the left side.
Here it is. High fastball evens the count. 2-2. Top of the order after Rojas. Tonight, though, that's Rushing, not Ohtani.
The changeup would break down and into him, which would bring into play the ground ball to short or third.
Came in with the sinker.
Yeah, so would the inside cheese. Hasn't thrown many of those sinkers tonight.
One out walk from Alex Freeland. Takes his lead at first. Lambert to Rojas. A 2-2 pitch. Rojas swats one up the middle. Altuve shovels to second one. Now first. Double play. Altuve to Allen to first, and a twin killing ends the top of the 7th. Stand and stretch, top of the 7th inning stretch, brought to you by Sit and Sleep. Back-to-back world champion Dodger baseball on SportsNet LA is brought to you by Morongo Casino Resort and Spa. Less than 90 minutes from wherever you are. Good times. Ohtani into the 7th inning for the first time this year. Strike one on Zach Cole. Here's the double play that finished off the 7th. 7 scoreless for Peter Lambert for the first time in his career. 0-2.
He was outstanding tonight. Early on, it was the changeup against the lefties, but the four-seam fastball turned out to be the star.
3 pitches to get Cole in a time where they needed it. Astros came into the game with a staff ERA of 5.78. Now he walked 4, so it's not like he fixed this, but the worst walk rate in more than 100 years in Major League Baseball. Gem that they had not seen anything like this year. Christian Vasquez taking a ball. Ohtani's pitched well. He's got 8 strikeouts. He's not walked anybody. 2 solo home runs and 0 support.
His first start of the year, he did not have the strikeout working.
Muncy loads up, guns across, 2 out.
Over the last 4 starts, 34 strikeouts and only 5 walks. He has really found the range of how to put people away. And yeah, the 2 solo shots tonight hurt, but with a little bit of run support, we'd be talking very highly about his outing as a pitcher here, and we really still should.
And still 6 outs with which to work. Top of the order due up in the top of the 8th against this fragile bullpen of the Astros. Nick Allen, who singled with 2 strikes the last time he was up, and that's noteworthy. Opponents with 2 strikes against Ohtani are 5 for 71 this year. 1, 2, 3, 7th inning for him, and he's at just 89 pitches. A pair of solo home runs for the Astros and a 2-0 lead as we go to the top of the 8th inning. That came from one very familiar source in Christian Walker. His 12th home run against LA, the last 13 games against him, and then one. Who's he? Braden Shoemake. Just his 3rd hit of the year. Brian King comes on. So the Dodgers into the Houston bullpen after 7 scoreless from Peter Lambert. Struggling pen, but King's been one of their best guys. A pinch hitter, Alex Call, pinch hitting for Dalton Rushing. Top of the order. Freeman and Smith to follow. Strike 1 on Call. Call it a pinch hit RBI single on Sunday. That .462 on base percentage leads the National League. Down the line, and he starts this inning with a base hit into the corner. Alex Call, always ready. Pinch hit double to start the 8th.
Gets a ball on the inside part of the plate and turns on it right down the line. This might be the spark they need. They've had runners in scoring position early in this game, but haven't been able to push them across. This with no outs, it gives them a chance to score a run with just some productive outs.
And you wouldn't blame Astros fans for having that thought immediately pop up. Here we go into the bullpen. Trouble. Freddie Freeman, the tying run. You happen to be joining us late. Freddie's made a change that he's never made before with his front foot, and he feels like it's going to unlock his swing. Doubled off the wall his first time. And then just missed getting the ball out of here his last time. Was caught on the warning track in right center field.
Turn that front foot in so it locks the front hip a little bit more, keeps him closed longer, doesn't fly open.
Ahead, 2 balls, 1 strike. King has been good for the most part, has struggled lately. 3 runs allowed in back-to-back outings. Here's his 2-1. 2-2 on Freddie Freeman. King was a 30th round draft pick. Released by the Cubs, picked up by the Astros, made it to the majors at 27 years old. Delivers to Freddie Freeman and gets him with the high fastball.
Not at bat we're used to with Freddie, especially with nobody out and a man on second. He usually at least got to do the job and get him to third. This fastball just beats him.
Now Will Smith, who's hit the ball hard a couple times, but nothing to show for it. 3 hits yesterday, second 3-hit game of the last week. He said to me, though, I just got to hit the weight room, get one out of here. And a double off of the wall yesterday, sitting at only 3 home runs this year. High fly ball, center field. Just got under this one. Cole, 2 out. Call stays put. Kyle Tucker with 2 gone in the 8th, the tying run. Ohtani's at just 89 pitches. 9-1-2 due up for the Astros. Vesia getting ready. Usually one of the best in the game against lefties among left-handed hitters. Bonus run.
Dodgers looking for their first hit with a runner in scoring position. And they only have 1 hit. 1 for 9 when there's been a runner on.
Have as many hits as the Astros. They've got those 4 walks. Nothing to show for it yet. Tucker pulls his hands in on strike 2.
There was the high fastball. That's the pitch that he finished Freddie Freeman off. Does he go opposite now and throw the breaking ball low and away?
He does. Tucker bangs it into right field to get the Dodgers on the board. A 2-out RBI single from Kyle Tucker. Scores Alex Call.
Good piece of hitting, staying on that breaking ball. Probably was going to end up off the plate, but he caught it early enough and pulling it down the line. Yeah, it caught too much of the plate, just outer half, where with that count, he wants to go low and away and almost bounce it. And Tucker capitalizes on that mistake.
So tying run at first base. Tasker Hernandez coming up. 3 stolen bases for Tucker this year. 25 steals. 3 of the last 4 years. Hernandez hitless in 3 at-bats tonight.
That swing looked like it was underwater, and it looked like he was looking for the breaking ball. And it's just late.
Right side wide open. Goes left side. Shoemake. Ends the 8th. Dodgers get on the board though. Leadoff double from Call. 2-out hit from Tucker. Shohei Ohtani goes 7 innings for the first time since before his Tommy John surgery back in 2023. Gives up just 2 runs on the 2 solo shots. He strikes out 8. And now the call to the bullpen is brought to you by Jacoby and Myers. Alex Vesia tries to keep this a 2-1 game.
He's been fantastic this year with the fastball and the slider. He's actually even mixed into some change-ups about 6% of the time, but it really is his optical illusion fastball. And the fact that now the league knows he will throw the breaking ball more than twice in a row.
Zeros in 13 of his 14 games. Braden Shoemake pops up the first pitch into left field. Hernandez and Rojas. Rojas is under it. 1 pitch, 1 out for Vesia. To the top of the order in Altuve. We were both saying after his strikeout against Ohtani, we didn't even see the swing because our eyes were following the pitch, which was so far away from where the swing happened.
And your comment was Will Smith saves the day or whatever, and it was accurate because it could have been a strikeout and the ball going to the backstop. Unbelievable swing when you're attempting to hit something like this. Watch this. Oh, hey. I don't know how a big leaguer swings.
Future Hall of Famer.
That's true.
Aiming at 3,000 hits. He and Freddie Freeman are the top 2 active players. Freddie's got him by about 40 hits. Altuve signed through 2029. Yeah, would need about 150 hits a season to get there. Had his worst year last year and had 160 hits. So certainly reasonable that he could get there. Now it could compete with what the Astros are saying, which is he needs some more days off. He doesn't like the sound of that in his pursuit of 3,000 hits. So he's got a contract long enough to make a run at it. Freddie Freeman's contract has just 1 more year, but he has said he would like to play 2 more beyond that, which would be through the same amount of time that Altuve is lined up for, through 29. And same deal for Freddie, about 150 hits a year, a little under. 2-2, right there, strike 3. Got it backwards tonight. 2 gone in the 8th.
That's crazy to think he swung at a pitch that was 3 feet away from the plate and then takes that one right down the middle.
So what does it tell you? That he just makes a decision before the pitch comes and he's doing it?
Yeah, or he is just guessing in the biggest way.
Two up and 2 down. Here's Alvarez. 9th inning for the Dodgers. Muncy, Pages, and Freeland. And so nobody warming in the Astros bullpen. It's going to be Brian King looking for a 6-out save. King has 2 saves this year, 4 in his career. It's a 9th inning that they'll try to solve day by day until Josh Hader returns. Dodgers down 2-1 in this game, even though the big guys at the top, Altuve and Alvarez, want to throw Paredes into that group. Hitless, 0 for 9. Yordan Alvarez, among the many amazing things about him, statistically, he's neck and neck with Barry Bonds. Way ahead of the pack, everybody else. Best lefty-lefty hitters ever. 2-2 from the lefty Vesia. Cranked to right field. Tucker back. Makes the catch. About takes his glove off. 1-2-3 8th inning for Vesia. Fasten those seatbelts to the 9th. The Dodgers down a run. When we wrap up, of course, it's Access SportsNet Dodgers, presented by Mercury Insurance. These guys hoping that they're wrapping up a comeback win. Dodgers trailed this game 2-0, broke through with a run last inning. And now in the 9th inning, Muncy, Pajes, and Freeland. A couple defensive changes. Matthews into the game in center. Cole moves over to left, and Yordan Alvarez comes out. Brian King looks for a 2-out save. 2 saves this season. None of them more than an inning. Muncy takes a strike. 0 for 2 today, 0 for 5 in this series. Team leader in home runs. A lot of this great season for Muncy has been his improvement against lefties. Down 0-2 here.
Last left-handed hitter to hit King's breaking ball was Tucker, and so right now that's got that bad taste in his mouth. He's been sticking with the fastball. He throws the breaking ball here, he's probably going to bounce it. Sticking with the cheese.
Muncy takes it. Takes the cheese.
Yeah. Come back.
One-run game in the 9th. Max Muncy leading off. 1-2 pitch. Dodgers got their first win when trailing after 8 innings a week ago Monday against Miami. 1-12 this year. Of course, the way they ended last year was with a win in that fashion. King to Muncy, another 1-2. Sweeps outside. Count evens 2-2.
They don't want to give him something soft to pull so that he can go yard to right field. They're trying to beat him with the fastball and back up with it.
They did, and the count goes full from 0-2 to 3-2.
Fish ain't biting the cheese.
No, I don't typically like cheese. 8th pitch. Muncy hits a towering fly ball to right center field. Smith back with room, and he just missed it.
Dodgers are out hitting the Astros 5-4, and when they out hit their opponent this season, they are 20-3. They're bucking at it the wrong way right now.
Pajes, the tying run. 7-game hitting streak. First multi-hit game during that hitting streak with the 2 hits tonight. Espinal's on deck. Ball 1. So Espinal looks like in a pinch hit for Alex Freeland. Wave and a miss. Underwater wave. Pajes has not homered since April 13th. At 5 over the first 16 games. Behind 1-2. Big step forward last night, but a step back tonight for the offense. The 8 runs. Just one of them here. Kings 1-2. Sharp ground ball. Base hit to left. 3rd hit for Andy Pajes. Tying run on.
He's hit some balls with eyes tonight. He hit one up the middle that found its way through the infield. This one now in the 6th hole. 4 hopper that finds its way there. They were pinching him up the middle where the last ball hit went. This one they got through the other way.
Daniel De Los Santos, a right-hander, is warming. And Espinal officially announced as the pinch hitter for Freeland. Freeland just 2 for 12 against left-handed pitching. His swing much better from the other side. And so they give Espinal a rare opportunity. 5 for 25 in his first year with the Dodgers. As a pinch hitter, 0 for 2. Pa has the tying run at first. Strike on Espinal. Pages leads the team in stolen bases. He has one tonight. Strike 2 on Espinal. Only 2 stolen bases with King on the mound in his career. Empty at that.
The Dodgers with 2 challenges, and second pitch I think he probably should have challenged. No sense taking those into the locker room with you.
Up to Rojas.
That was one you wish you would have offered at. Just a lazy up breaking ball.
Been a tough night for Rojas. 0 for 3, men on in all 3 of those at bats. The man at third, lined out to end the second, had the bases loaded, grounded out to end the fourth, and then bounced into a double play to end the seventh.
He's got to hope he gets a breaking ball for a strike. That's what he can handle.
Down to his last strike. Time called. Vasquez pointing at something. Barely get a piece. Rojas stays alive. So do the Dodgers here. 2 outs in the 9th inning. Solo home runs in the 2nd and the 3rd for the Astros. Dodgers got their run in the 8th. Pages at first, 2 gone in the 9th. Backdoor strike 3, might as well use the challenge.
It's away for a long time. Does the break bring it back to the plate?
Presented by T-Mobile.
Reload those fireworks.
Still alive.
Call is overturned.
And with smoke covering over the stadium with the game-winning fireworks going off, the band is on the field. Yeah, this is going to do it. Paredes at first. Astros win 2-1. One night after the Dodgers explode for 8, they get just 1 and waste a gem from Ohtani.
And there was a gem on the other side. Peter Lambert with 7 shutout innings against the Dodgers. He's only the third pitcher this year to be able to do that.
So tomorrow's game will be the rubber match as Tyler Glasnow takes it for the Dodgers against Lance McCullers Jr. for the Astros. For Earl Hershiser, Kirsten Watson, and the rest of our crew, Joe Davis saying so long. Stay tuned for Access Sportsnet Dodgers, and we'll talk to you again tomorrow morning.